Please advise if the music you can hear in the background is so loud. Just such that we start with the assurance that the page is safe. Please advise if the music you're hearing is so loud. Yes, in the meantime, I had to stop the stream and delete the earlier part of this video, by the way, just to ensure that I use a gadget which at least can filter out some of the music. That is why at least we are having no big music interruptions. This tournament is in its 4th edition. Some history: the tournament started in 2021. It is called the Upper VOLTA Annual Double Elimination Tournament. The format we are using is double elimination. It's a bit different from double life. It is not possible for the same player to be number 1 and 2. The player who loses drops to the loser's bracket, but still they have 2 lives. You lose, you drop to the loser's bracket, and you play with the players who have lost only. So the players who are in the winner's side, those who have not lost any competition, as if they play a tournament of their own, and then the players who have lost also play a tournament of their own. The final is played between the winner of the winner's side and the winner of the loser's side. The difference is that the player who qualifies for the final from the winner's side has 2 lives in the final, so he must be beaten in the final twice to exit the competition. The tournament, like I said, started in 2021. Ibrahim Sejemba defeated Mansur Bwanika in the final to win the tournament. The 2nd edition was in 2022. Ibrahim Sejemba became the 1st and 2nd player to win the tournament because he defended it successfully after defeating Senyonjo Glorious in the final. Then last year, 2023, just the eve of Eden's coming to Uganda, the tournament which was played here for 2 days was won by Caesar Chandiga, who defeated Ibrahim Sejemba in the final. Here is the defending champion, leading 3-1 against Habib, who is now on table. The winner qualifies for the round of last 32 winners bracket. The loser drops the round of last 64 losers bracket. Not as if there are 64 players in the losers bracket, but the number of rounds that they play are so many that they make it sound that they are over the number of players. You imagine after every round there are players who drop out of the tournament and they play a different tournament of their own. So the losers play a lot more pool than the winners if they are to qualify for the latter stages of the tournament. There are cash prizes for the top 8. We also have 16 ladies in contention, by the way. They will be starting a little later today. Majority of them being the best ladies in the country of Uganda where we are, just like the majority of the men being the best men in the country of Uganda where we are. We are looking at Habib Sebuguzi playing to pull 1 back against Caesar Chandiga. 2 players have faced off a number of times before, the last of them being in that double life tournament that was at Kevipol Arena in Masaka, Central Uganda. Tournament was won by Caesar in the semi. He took down Habib Sebuguzi. The biggest tournament in which Habib has defeated Caesar was that Pole Association of Uganda King of the Table Championship in late 2022. The two players faced off in the quarterfinals and Habib won 7-5. Yeah, he is normally with a very good break. Indeed, he makes a very good break and he looks at scoring an apple to make it 3-3. Live commentary will proceed shortly. So if we proceed with music at the venue, it is too loud. I am just lucky that I have a gadget that filters out some of it such that it doesn't affect the very existence of the page. Otherwise, when the gadget I am using is down in terms of battery, because the battery slot is the same slot where I have to fix the gadget from where I'm streaming. So at times I will go to YouTube, then use a muted video when I'm streaming, such that I charge my gadgets. At times, maybe we can use this for 2 hours, then we charge again, and we shall be working like that because the venue has refused, and a bit understandably, to turn down the music. It is a bar, though we requested that at least for the morning hours we can work without music. They've made their decision. We have to proceed with the tournament with the little that we can do. Habib 2 playing to make it 3. The first frame, by the way, I deleted the video because of it had too much music in the background. It was an apple by Caesar, and he later Habib equalized, then Caesar made it 2-1, then 3-1 before Habib making it 3-2. Here he is now. That is the big shot he wanted. Most likely he is making it 3-all by apple. Wim Gonzaga Hill, you are saying, how did you miss this live and yet you are on it? Nothing short of accuracy. Testimony that Uganda is not short of very good players. Even though you're good as Caesar, you have to play well enough to take down these guys. One of them, both national team players, one of them is in the next 10-15 minutes dropping to the losers bracket. Caesar has participated in this tournament only once last year, and he won it. He reached the final with 2 lives, and he defeated Ibra. The entire tournament was race to 5, by the way, and he defeated Ibra 5-4 in the decider. The video of that game, I shared it yesterday here on this page. Singi TKB, thank you. Twine Dennis, yes, uploading Habib's level of play. And yet Caesar is getting unlucky with his breaks. It is becoming increasingly possible that Habib could make, I call it an upset. He's good enough to beat anyone, but when Caesar gets out in the first round, it is kind of an upset. One thing I have to advise is that whoever loses drops the losers bracket and remains in contention in the tournament. The loser can even win the tournament, but has to play so many opponents. Ahawe, you're asking if Ibrahim Sejemba is in, and the answer is yes. Nyombi Ponciano asking for the rest. It is race to 5. Yusuf Provis, thank you for watching. You say it's going to be a short weekend. Tops. John Kisembo. Wow. I'm even looking for you, John. Yes, lots of quality players here. First of all, those two. I can see Lawrence Sengonge around. I can see Mustafa Bwire. I can see Faruk Mutumba. I can see Ian Kaziwe. I can see Asiku Jr., the youngster, the kid. I can see Pacquiao, Abeka Nakawale. I can see Dog City. I can see Glorious around. And whoever is a top player in Uganda, you know, they are either at the venue or preparing to be at the venue. Thank you, Tony Kaganzi, for watching. You say if Caesar loses, you will not watch. Well, Habib doesn't want to know if you will not watch. He just wants to win his game. But whoever loses this match will not drop out of the tournament. They will drop to the losers bracket. To exit the tournament, you must be beaten twice. The last time I streamed the double elimination tournament was at the Queen's Sports Club late last year in Zimbabwe. You remember the final was between Ganda and Caesar, for those of you who have been following for a while, and Caesar had 2 lives in the final. So Ganda had to beat him twice. And Ganda lost at the first time. By this attempt, Habib will draw the white ball backwards, little backspin with a bit of right spin, then the white will go to the area near where he's standing. Now, if he does that perfectly, he will play his last yellow and then probably try to pot the black. And he does exactly that, very accurate. And you think that the angle on the yellow is even better for him because the cut on the yellow will most probably open up the black. So things are working out for him. Moneli Pagisha watching from South Africa, thank you for watching. Mukasa Noah, you're supporting Habib. Esther Foloruncio, thank you for watching. Kondwani Kachali watching from Lilongwe, Malawi. Here is Habib going for 4-3, winning 2 games with 1 visit. I think this is not exactly where he wanted his white to be, but with a very sharp cut, he's good to go, good enough for him. The presence of a red ball near the black makes the white ball safe to put in the center pocket, and in the corner pocket there are other balls nearby. The white ball is off. He simply has to make an accurate sharp cut and he will be good to go. And he does exactly that. Where 1 red ball is potted, but he's good to go with the rules. Habib 4, Caesar 3. Roman World Limited, thank you for watching. Diego Dav. Zakele Dlamini watching from Eswatini. Esther Florencio once again. Mutai Pingare. This guy has for long been known as a player with the best break. If you are in and around Uganda, the venue is at Upper Volta Bar in Kasubi, in the ghettos of Kasubi, in Kampala, I will have to say. And then you will watch competition of the best players in the country. The entry fee is the equivalent of $1.5 US. Very worthy. The kind of entertainment you will get if you found yourself here. In fact, fans who are watching online probably spend more than those who come at the venue, especially in terms of data. The video I shared with you yesterday, the decisive game in the final last year, was played right here, same table. And Caesar is trying to do exactly what he did, because even then he was down 3-4 against Ibra, played an equalizer. Ibra took it, it was taken to a decider. He came so close to losing it, and yet he eventually won it, and then sparked off those memorable celebrations with his fans and management team. He has that job of putting that yellow ball to the center pocket. I'm not sure, he will probably need to cheat the pocket in order for the cue ball not to have contact with the red, which would. And by what he's doing, it seems maybe he goes for it. He will have to cheat the pocket play as if he's not aiming to pot. Does exactly that. He's trying to treat Habib to a test of his own medicine. Remember, Habib, to get himself to a 4-3 lead, won 2 straight games with 1 visit each on the table. The end of the day, it will be a very entertaining game, even in the first round. Someone asking for the race. The race is as short as 5 in the first round. And the races can only be increased in the later stages of the tournament. Those who drop to the losers bracket will even have a shortened race made to learn. It could be a race to 4 for the losers side of the tournament. So for a guy like Caesar, this tournament is not a big advantage because he's used to long races, but here shows exactly what he's made of. A very tricky game, but was able to produce a break and finish live on the break and finish live page. It is Habib 4, Caesar 4. We are having a decider in the first match being streamed in this tournament. It is a game you will be comfortable to watch as a quarterfinal, as a semi-final, maybe even as a final, and yet somehow we are watching it in the first round. Good enough for either of these players. The loser will drop to the losers bracket but will remain in the tournament. The winner will proceed to the winners bracket with 2 lives still in the tournament. Caesar to break for his first life. It has to be a very good break. It has to be a good split of the balls and to pot at least a ball. The split is good, but the white ball is potted. Advantage, Habib. Habib will try to open up the game and then from there try to decide on the color to play. Most likely yellows. Looking at them, about 2 of them are positioned not so well. It's not a game that is so open to any player, even if that player is as good as Habib. He's the reigning Pool Association of Uganda Grand Open champion. For the first time in about 5 years, he's dropping out of the top 8 players seeded categories after a not so good last year. The team captain of the Pool Cranes, which is the Uganda national pool team, player with scrap buyers pool club, very respected both as a person and as a player. He took full advantage of Caesar's absence the last month when Caesar was in China. One big tournament was organized here on the calendar of the association, that is the Grand Open Championship, and Habib won it after coming from 7-2 down in the final to take down Joseph Kasozi. Since then he has not won a comp, but there is no doubt in his ability. Played a free shot that wasn't as good enough for his level. After being gifted with 2 shots on the break by Caesar. That is why he finds now himself in trouble. And he gives back advantage to Caesar to at least have a chance to play. This ball Caesar will have to pot it because Habib's reds are all open. Caesar being Caesar at least finds a ball to pot. If I were him, I would just play a safety shot. That yellow which is frozen against the cushion on the top, just play it to ride it against the rail. Have it potted or packed. If it is potted, he has the right even to go for this game, or better still, pack the other yellow which is next to it. It is a game where you don't have to be so ambitious because you cannot afford to err. You cannot afford to miss. You cannot afford to foul. Whatever is going on in his mind, he cannot afford an error. He has been too dominant on the Ugandan pool scene for the last 2 years, Caesar, because of being able to perform even in situations as this. And by the way, he is queuing as if he's going for the game. It will not be easy at all, even if you are Caesar. But wait a minute. The game that I have been talking about as so bad is about to become so good. Has to control the white ball quite well. And he does exactly that. This guy. I can't imagine this is the look of the game. He had no right to win it at all. He fouled on the break. Habib erred a bit on his free shot. Caesar also makes an unexpected error right now. After playing so well, misses his yellow. Habib has opportunity maybe to play snooker, maybe to pack one of the yellows, one of the reds beside Caesar's yellow, but this Q control is most probably to play snooker, a safety snooker shot, hide the white ball behind the red is playing, which he does. And he bared in mind that the direction of Caesar's yellow is most likely affected by so many reds, and yes, Caesar fouls. Advantage Habib, maybe little advantage for Caesar is the fact that in trying to find the angle, the white ball was intercepted by one of Habib's red in the end. The reds are also bad reds. Habib this time chooses the best possible free shot, connecting red to pot yellow, and then try to go for the game. It is Habib versus 4 reds and the black ball. Caesar is simply waiting for any miss. He'll try out a game opening shot. He plays a game opening shot, but not to perfection. You cannot see the ball which is packed in the pocket. The most likely thing for Habib, is a very thoughtful guy. He could think out a snooker here. I doubt. Oh. He will try to pot that red off the cushion. And he does. And after doing that, Caesar now knows that all he can do is pray and wait and expect. Maybe the source of expectation is the fact that Habib's white is almost frozen against the cushion. Almost. It could affect his play. As long as he composes himself, it won't be a big problem. In normal circumstances, Habib now will finish this game quite easily. He needs one straight pot. That red may be to the top left corner pocket. I'm not so sure about center pocket. with just a little backspin such that he can put black in the center. And yet he misses and will regret that miss. He almost took out Caesar. Almost by a few millimeters of missing that red. Caesar was dropping to the losers bracket. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck after playing well. Caesar defeats Habib 5-4 and proceeds to the round of 32 in the losers bracket. The defending champion, ladies and gentlemen, is still alive. Thank you for being a good audience. See you in the next match.